worst pain?
0.
Okay, so patient has no pain. Okay, so I'm just gonna start with inspecting kind of the back of your neck.
Okay.
Is there any pain there?
Nope.
Okay, patient appears to have little lump deformity on the back of the neck. I'm gonna move down to the shoulders. Is there any pain there?
Nope.
Okay. Down to your elbows. Feels symmetrical there. Is there any pain?
Nope.
Okay. Down to the wrist. Any pain there?
Nope.
Okay. Hands and the fingers. Patient appears symmetrical. Is there any pain with any of those?
No.
Okay, perfect. We're gonna move down to your knees. Patient appears to have a little bit of crepitus in the left knee. Is there any pain with those?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna have you lay back a little bit. Perfect. And do the ankles. Ankles appear symmetrical. They're not swollen or anything. Is there any pain in those?
No.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna have you sit back up. We're gonna start to do a little bit of range of motion with all of that. So, my hand at the back of your neck, I'm just gonna have you take your chin to your chest. Okay, perfect. And then back. Awesome. And then take your right ear to your right shoulder. Okay. And then do the other way. Perfect. And then back behind your shoulder as well. So like turn like that. Perfect. Okay, that seems to be symmetrical, no deformities. Okay, so now we're gonna do your shoulders. I'm just gonna have you lift your arms up above your head. Perfect, and then cross them through past your midline. Perfect, and then I'm gonna have you go straight out and up. So like forward, lift up, perfect, and then go all the way back. Perfect. Okay. Then I'm gonna have you take your hands and put them like behind your back like that. Okay, and then like squeeze your shoulders out. Okay, and then take them behind your neck and then squeeze them back. So feel a little popping in the left shoulder. Okay, so now we're gonna move down to the elbows. Okay, and I'm just gonna have you flex them up towards you. Perfect, and then back out. Awesome, so I feel a little crepitus in the left elbow. So now for wrist, I'm gonna have you bend your wrist back towards you. Crepitus in left wrist, a little bit of popping, and then take them down. Perfect, and then lay them straight out and take your thumbs towards you. And then your pinkies out. Perfect. Now for your fingers, I'm gonna have you extend them back towards you and then down to the floor. All right, and then spread them out and then make a fist. Perfect, strong. Now we are going to move down to your knees. So I'm just gonna have you lay back again. Perfect. All right, so I'm gonna have you extend them out and then back in. Perfect. Everything sounds symmetrical there. All right, now for your ankles, I'm going to have you lift your feet up towards you. Perfect, and then point them towards the ground. Awesome, and then take your toes in towards you. Perfect, and then pinky toes out. Awesome. Everything sounds normal there. Okay, so now I'm going to have you put your shoes on. And stand up for me. Okay, so we're gonna start with your hips. Just feeling that they feel symmetrical, everything's good. So now I'm gonna have you do a little bit of range of motion with your hips. So I'm gonna have you take your right foot, stick it out, perfect, and then take it back. Good, and then to the side, and then over, perfect, and then just lift it up and out. Awesome, now we're gonna do the same on the left. So left foot out, good, and then left foot back, and then to the side, and then over. Good, and then up and out. Awesome. Nothing sounds abnormal there. Okay, so now we're going to do your spine. So I'm going to do the same, hold your hips. I'm just gonna have you do like a little bit of a back bend. Perfect, and then lean towards your right, going down, perfect, and then towards your left. Awesome. And now I'm gonna have you bend down and touch your toes. Just gonna lift this a little bit. So a patient's spine appears to have a little bit of curvature and it's a little lump with some deformities. All right, and you can go ahead and stand back up. All right, now I'll have you sit back down. We're gonna do some muscle straightening. Okay, so with this, I'm just gonna do your upper arms first. So go like that for me. All right, I'm gonna have you take it in towards you. Good, and then out towards me. Good. And then pull in towards you. Good, and then out towards me. Okay, so patient's muscle strength seems to be at a 5. Everything's normal, right? And her posture is good. So next, are you able to hop in place?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna test your cerebral function here. I'm just gonna have you hop on one foot. Perfect, and then the other foot. Awesome, and then I'm gonna have you walk heel to toe, just down and back. Perfect, so patient's cerebral function is intact. She was able to perform those. Okay, so next I'm gonna have you sit back down for me. We're gonna test your deep tendon reflexes. Okay, so your deep tendon reflex is a 2, which is normal, and they were symmetrical, everything was good. Next, I'm going to take your shoes back off and have you sit back for me. I'm just gonna make a little line on your foot. Sorry if you're ticklish. Okay. Okay, so that was a negative response. Okay, so now, okay, so now I'm going to be testing your upper and lower extremities. So I'm just gonna be going down your arms and legs. And so what I'm gonna do is there's gonna be the soft side, okay, and then the dull side. Are you able to differentiate them right now?
Yes.
Is it a little hard?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up and down and just tell me which one you're feeling. So I'm gonna have you close your eyes. Okay. Do you feel that?
Yes.
Which side is that?
The soft side.
Okay, so just keep doing that all the way down.
The hard side. Soft side. Sharp side. Sharp side. Sharp side.
Okay.
Sharp side. Soft side. Soft side. Sharp side. Sharp side.
Okay. And now I'm gonna do that to your legs. So you can go ahead and keep your eyes closed.
Sharp. Soft. Soft. Sharp. 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 Soft. 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 Sharp. Sharp. Soft. Soft. Sharp. Sharp. Soft.
Okay. And then go ahead and sit back up for me. So that was intact because you were able to differentiate the difference between sharp and... So first I'm going to take a look at your pupil size. So right or left pupil is about 7. So is this one. So they are symmetrical. Okay. Next I'm going to be shining a light just twice in each eye, okay? Okay, and then this side. And then next, I'm going to have you follow in with my pen light. Okay, and then follow it in each direction. Okay, so patient's ocular motor is intact because of Perla. Her pupils are equal, they are round, they react to light, and they accommodate. So next we're going to do trigeminal. So for this one, I'm just going to touch each spot in your face and just tell me whenever you feel it, okay?
Now. Now. Now.
Sorry.
Now. Now. Now.
Okay. And then I'm also going to put my hands on your face and just have you clench your teeth for me. Okay, so that was symmetrical and mobile. So next we're going to do facial. So I'm going to have you make a smiley face for me. Then I'm going to have you frown. Then I'm going to have you close your eyes tightly, raise your eyebrows, and then make a puffy face. Perfect. So that is intact because patient was able to do it. It was mobile and it was symmetrical. Everything looks good there. So next we're going to do acoustic. So I'm going to have you turn around for me. Okay, and just put your right hand over your right ear. And I'm going to whisper a word and repeat it back to me, okay? Chanel.
Chanel.
Okay, and then the other one? Spring break.
Spring break.
Yes, perfect. to stick. Okay, so now we're gonna do the hypocus. Okay. So I'm just gonna have you stick your tongue out for me, okay? And then say ah. Okay, so that was intact because your uvula, your soft palate, and your tonsils all moved up, which is perfect. Okay, so next I'm going to put my hands on your shoulder and just have you scrunch them up. Perfect. And then take this and go like that way, and then the other way. Perfect. So that head strength and mobile is all symmetrical. Next, I'm going to have you stick your tongue out for me. Okay, tongue is in the midline. And then I'm going to have you say light, tight, dynamite.
Light, tight, dynamite.
Perfect. So that was symmetrical. Everything felt right there. Okay.
I'm going to start by palpating your neck. Any pain?
No.
Okay. Shoulder. Elbows. Wrists. And your hands. Fingers. Alright. Any pain?
No.
Okay. Palpate knees. Normally not over clothing. And then it's okay if I take your socks and shoes off?
Do it.
No, you're okay.
Do it.
And hygiene again. Joints. Okay, now we're going to start with some range of motion exercises. So I'm just going to have my hand on the back of your neck, and if you put your chin to your chest for flexion, and up to the sky for hyperextension, and then over like to your right shoulder, and then to your left shoulder for lateral bending, and then if you rotate towards me, and then towards the wall. Okay. You're gonna move to your shoulders. You will raise them up to the sky for flexion. Okay, and then behind your back for extension, hyperextension, out to the side for abduction, and across the middle for adduction. Okay, and if you put them behind your back for inversion, and behind your head for eversion. Okay, thank you. Okay, move to your elbows. This is hyperextension. If you flex them for flexion, and then if you bring them back down, and then keeping your palms up, that would be supination, and if you flip them over, it would be pronation. Alright, to your wrists. If you pull them down, flexion, and up for hyperextension. And then if you rotate your thumbs in, and then your thumbs out for ulnar deviation. For your fingers, if you raise them up, hyperextension, and down for flexion. Spread them out for abduction, and make a fist for adduction. Good. Okay. For your knees, if you straighten them out, and then bend them back in. Good. And then this out. Back knee. Alright, and if you want to push your feet up for your flexion and down, and then if you can rotate them inward for inversion and outward for eversion. Alright, want to put your shoes and socks back on.
This is all hilarious.
Okay, if you will stand up for me. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to palpate your hips. Any pain?
No.
Okay. And then if you will start with your right leg and kick it forward for flexion and backwards. Good. And then out to your right for abduction and across the middle for adduction. And then if you'll lift your knee up and open it to the side, inversion, and then back in towards the middle, reversion. Good. Do the same thing on the other side, leg forward and leg back. Out to the side, across the middle for adduction. You lift it up and out, eversion and inversion. Okay. Next, I'm going to palpate your spine. Okay, and then if you'll bend over for me towards the floor. There's no curvature. Okay, you can stand back up. And then I'll have you bend, put your left hand to the floor. Lean, yep. And then your right hand to the floor. And then if you'll twist over your right shoulder towards me. Yep, and over your left shoulder towards me. Alright. So you can have a seat back. Was there anything?
No.
Can I get you anything?
No.
Alright, thank you.
Wrists?
Nope.
Great. And then your fingers. No pain?
Nope.
Great. Your knees. Everything looks symmetrical so far, and there's no swelling or indentations that aren't normal, so everything looks good. No pain with that? Okay. And then your ankles feel good?
Yep.
All right, perfect. So now that everything feels good, I'm going to go through some range of motion exercises with you to make sure you don't have any limitations.
Okay.
So first we're going to start with your neck. Do you mind extending your head to the ceiling? Great. And now could you extend it to your, or flex it to your chest? Good. There's a little bit of popping there that we'll take note of. And then could you look over your left shoulder? Great. And now look over your right shoulder? Great. And then could you touch your ear to your shoulder? Okay, good. And then other side? Good. No abnormalities with that other than what we found earlier. Now I'm going to look at your shoulders. Could you go like this with my hands on your shoulders? Great. And then could you bring your arms out like this and then cross them over in front of your body? Great. No popping with that. And then could you act like you're handcuffed but kind of stretch them out like that? Great. A little bit of popping in your right shoulder. And then could you bring them like this? Okay. Good. All right. That looks good. And I'm going to look at this part of your arm. Do you mind flexing for me? Good. And your extension looks great. And then do you mind putting your palms towards the ground? Great. A little bit of popping in your left arm, which is okay. We'll just take note of it. And then I'm going to look at your wrists. Do you mind putting your palms towards the ground? Okay. And then could you put your hands down towards the ground like you're diving? Perfect. And then up towards the sky? Perfect. A little bit of popping. And then could you act like you're putting your thumbs together? Good. And then put your pinkies apart? Good. A little bit of popping in that right wrist. And then could you flex your hands out like that for me? Good. And then make a fist? Great. All right. And I'm going to assess your fingers. Could you put them towards the ground for me? Good. And then bring them up towards the sky? Good. And then could you go like this for me? Good. And then make a fist? Good. Okay. And we're going to look at your knees. Could you kick out towards me? Good. No popping. And extension was comfortable? All right. And we're going to look at your feet. Could you put them up towards the sky? Good. A little bit of popping in your right ankle and then down towards the ground. Good. And then act like you're putting your big toes together. Good. And then toes apart. Good. A little bit of popping in that left ankle. So all of that felt good? All right, great. So I would just take note of where we found popping.
Okay.
Now, could I have you, we're gonna look at some resistance before we have you stand up.
Okay.
So could I have you flex for me? Good. Oh wait, sorry. Can I have you resist my hands?
Yep.
All right, good. And then can I have you bring them down? Great. Both of those felt even and strong. And then act like you're gonna kick me, but don't actually. And then bring your legs down. Great. All right, all of that looked good. I'm gonna have you stand up and I'm gonna look at your back and your hips.
Okay.
Okay, so for this, I'm gonna put my hands on your hips and have you do a few exercises. If you become unsteady, you can just hold onto the bed.
Okay.
Okay, so first I'm gonna have you extend your leg out like that in front of you. Good, other side. Good, and then go behind you. Great, and then other side. Great, and then I'm gonna have you go out. Good, and out. Good, and then could you go out and cross? You might need to hold onto the bed for this. And then out and cross with the other side. Great, those will feel like normal to me. And then could you open the gate with one leg? And same goes for the other. Good, and then close the gates. Is that your ankle?
Yeah.
Okay. So that all feels normal to me. You felt good with the range of motion?
Yep.
Okay, great. I'm going to have a look at your spine, so if you would act like you're going to touch your toes. Feels normal, looks straight, normal curvature. Where there's supposed to be curvature. All right, you can come back up for me. And then we're going to look like penguins. I'm going to have you touch your arm to your knee. Good, and you can go again on the other side. Great. Now you can sit back down if you want. So that is going to end our little exam.
Okay.
I will see you later.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Wash my hands and leave the building.